From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Right here. Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for Monday, January 25th, 2021. We've got 25 days and we've put 2020 behind us. Oh boy, and the gap is widening with every day. So anyway, hope you all had a great weekend. I had a fantastic one. We'll probably be talking about that during the next hour or so. And anyway, we welcome everyone here to the usual extravaganza. We do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central Time if you want to come by live. But if you want to watch us on the rerun, we love you just the same. We really do. We appreciate all the views after we have the live show and hope that you can join us sometime for some interaction, some creative conversation, and coffee. Anyway, if you're watching us on the Facebook, on the Rising Tide Publications page, please give that page a like. Also, give this video a like if you enjoyed any part of it, all right? Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, on the Rising Tide Publications page there, please give us a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. And also, as always, we encourage you to please subscribe, like, and share. All right, and please caress that little bell, molest it a little. It'll feel good. You'll both be happy. It's a consensual thing. But molest that little bell there, and so you can be notified of all future programs that come onto that network. We're going to be loading some stuff on there soon, I hope. Anyway, had a fantastic weekend. Did a couple great shows this weekend, or this week rather. Thank you again to the Star Chamber for having me on. Got to hang out with Bobby Nash for a while. That was a lot of fun. Please check that out on Blog Talk Radio. It's called the Star Chamber. And it was a great time there. Plus, yesterday I was busy. So much for a day off. I want to thank Randy Zimmerman for inviting me onto Sunday Funny show. We had a great conversation with, just a whole lot of really good topics being discussed. So if you love fun comics, that's the place to be. Pardon me. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Let's fix that. By the way, check out our merch shop. If you're watching on Facebook, it's going to be above the video. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's below the video. So please check it out. Check out our merch line. We've got it just started. People seem to like it. We're glad. And we're having Tim Hortons this morning, and it tastes even better in that cup. Go figure. But anyway, yesterday morning we got to hang out with Randy Zimmerman and Barry and Grant, some great other great people. on the Sunday Funnies. Please go to indievolt.com and check that out. And then last night, boy, howdy, could we not have had a better time. We were sharing a pillow with Willow, myself and the rest of the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network. Carl Witzman, Ted Davies, Jody McPhee, and Amy Hale and myself. Willow Schuyler, as always, thank you for having us. That was a great time. We all had a real fun time, and we got to do that more often. Will, I got to get you on. I got to talk to you about getting you on Clever Tile Pending. But anyway, this week we've got another busy schedule. And Tuesday we're going on Clever Tile Pending. Tomorrow night we're going to be talking to Lacey Lemke, who is a frequent visitor to our audience here. But she is she graduated from being a short story writer in horror, and then she has published 2 volumes got published 2 volumes of her short horror stories, which are creepy. She's a tiny little thing and delicate and such a fragile little flower. And then she has this innocent little smile that morphs into something sinister at the drop of a hat. And it's even more beguiling. But anyway, she writes some creepy stuff. And now she's published her first novel under her own banner. And it's kind of exciting. We hope you'll bring your questions to her as a brand new self-published writer. And we've got some really good guests coming up on Clever Tile Pending in the next few weeks, and we've almost got our February schedule firmed up, so we're waiting on one more confirmation. So anyway, please check that show out. And also this Sunday I will be on Joe D. McPhee's channel. We will be posting links to that later on, and it's going to be a good conversation. Jody McPhee is not only a terrific artist, check out his Amazonia when it comes out, but also a terrific interviewer as well. Now, let's get to your comments, and Jody McPhee is digging his heels into the sand at 8:19 and says, nope, not going to comment earlier. Good for you. And, of course, quap. That's what babies say, I think, when they're learning how to swear. But anyway, Trevor Hawkins, you tried, Trevor Hawkins, and very meta. Joe Dog to comment that you're not going to comment. That's right. We're moving into Zen, but at least he's Trevor's the first person to like our video today. All this going on YouTube, the folderol before we wake up. But yeah, please, right now, if you think of it, please like this video. It does help us in the algorithms, and we'll see to our people are taken care of. And Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian and Nevermorians. Mwah, Teresa, thank you for being here. Hope you're having a great morning. Stay warm and safe. And the Skunk Rocker checks in. Good to see you. Good morning, Brian. Morning, Nevermorians. And Joe Dog. Oh, it's good to see you here, Skunk. Hope you're having a safe morning out there. And Gospel Illusionist Jake, how are you, my friend? I am doing great. Had a fantastic weekend. Got a busy week ahead of me. This week will be the newsletter, and I should probably put that on here. Let's see. Yeah, my monthly Rising Tide newsletter. Check out the crawl right now. Excuse me. That we're going to be putting that together this week. We have motivation, education, inspiration with every issue. Also, secret links, count them, 2 secret links. And you don't know what they are until you click on them, but they're always fun. We try to make them fun, or at least somewhat educational. And last month's was a lot of fun to put together, and this month's will be no exception. We're going to be scouting the interwebs for some really cool things to watch and maybe learn a little something. And we have an inspirational quote anyway, and we also have a video that's unique to the page subscribers. So if you want to see that video, please sign up for the newsletter. It is absolutely free, and I promise we are not going to give away your contact information. So if you get spam, it wasn't my fault. In fact, I've actually turned down jobs from publishers that say, well, we'd love to have you work with us, but you're going to need to give us your contact information, your newsletter list. And I told them to go to hell, because I promised everyone I wouldn't do it. And that is an issue with me. So, the one piece of integrity I have. So anyway, please sign up for the monthly newsletter. You'll be glad you did. And NonCon 6 is going to be awesome. I get to see you, Molly, and especially Amy Hale. I know Amy Hale is a darling, and her husband, John, is also a darling. And it was good last night that John showed up for Willow's Pillow Talk. That was a lot of fun. He's hilarious. That whole group was a riot. You will get some laughs when you watch that show. We're crazy. Also, please check out the newly minted Facebook page for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I'm hoping it'll be a one-stop repository for all the shows that we do. And if you're wondering what other shows are going on, you know about ours, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Nevermind the Furthermore, Tuesday evenings for Clever Tile Pending. And then Tuesday and Thursday at 12:05, Joe Dog McKeel has lunch at the Doghouse, where you can spend a pleasant afternoon's discussion with the man there. And we talk about a variety of subjects. It's kind of like this, but it makes sense. Excuse me. And then tomorrow at 10, Ted Talks. Ted, in fact, tomorrow is going to interview Amy Hale, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then let's see, going down the list here. Then Friday at 9 p.m. and Saturday at 11 p.m. will be Stupid O'Clock. The great Stupid O'Clock show, the great conversation show where you don't know where it's going to start. And by the time you figure out what you're going to say and reply, the subject has changed. So check it out. It's a very intelligent show. It's and it's funny as hell. And you're going to see a lot of familiar faces there. So please check it out. All right. And that's the Rising Tide Network. All right. And Non-Con 6 says Gospel Jake, feel free to stop over by my booth. I'm going to have free autograph picks and one-on-one gospel shows. I checked out his one-on-one show last year. That was pretty good. And do you remember a TV special called The Wiz Live? It has really good music. I didn't see The Wiz live. I don't watch network TV, so we just don't have cable. All right. And I've got enough distractions. So YouTube, how you vex me so. But anyway, that sounds like a lot of fun. I would watch it. Here's a bit of trivia for Monkees fans. The guy who wrote the Wiz musical originally, he wrote music with Davy Jones back in the 60s. And in fact, it even appears on one episode of the Monkees. So there we go. And Ted Davies Artistry, TedDaviesArtistry.com, Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube and on Facebook. Good morning, all. He's bringing that Kofefe. God bless you, brother. Have a great day, my friend, you and Chrissy both. And check out Ted's show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Ted Talks is going to be with Amy Hale, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I will probably be on hand to heckle. Anyway, and there she is, our darling, the dark mistress herself, Sarah. Mwah, Sarah, good to see you, hon. Hope you're having a great morning. Hope you're feeling a lot better. And hope you and the rest of your family are staying safe. And everyone's asking how she's doing. And this page intentionally left blank. Thank you, Carl Witzman, for that public service announcement. And good morning, you reprobates and scalawags. That's right. And keep the change, you dirty animals. Thank you, Carl Witzman. And you were fantastic last night. Thank you for. And if you want to find out about Carl's 7.5 inches, you need to check out the show. No, it's not what you think. Anyway, Sarah's hanging in there. Ted, thanks for asking. Hope you're doing okay as well. And morning, O Dark Pope. And greetings, Dark Mistress. And Carleen, mwah, from YouTube. Good to see you, hon. Hope your morning's going well. And everyone's saying hello. Yes, it is. Trevor, it is good to see everyone here. I rely on you people to cheer me up. I really do. And Willow Schuyler, the hostess with the mostest last night. Good morning, everyone. Mwah. Please check out Willow Schuyler's broadcast page for her pillow talk last night. We had so much fun, and Willow did an exceptional job of keeping us in line. And, well, as much as she could. But anyway, it was a great show and so much fun, Willow. And Gospel Illusionist Jake says, I found out something really awesome. The Action Bible I got came out with playing cards with the characters on them. Oh, I didn't know that. That is cool. Actually, I've seen the Action Bible. It is drawn by a guy that's, he's drawn a lot of stuff for Marvel. He's done X-Men. And I believe he's done X-Men, if it's the one I'm thinking of, X-Men. And I think he did Fantastic Four for a very short while. And then he did Superman for a few issues. Very, very beautiful art in that thing. Seriously good comic work. And everyone's saying hello. And there's Christian Basil. Mwah, from her. And there we go. Kyle Guthrie from Facebook. Good to see you, Kyle. Join Glowcat and Skunk Rocker every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central for Scrubhouse Video Live. A discussion on schlocky cinema from cheesy horror films to brainless action flicks, dumb kids movies to insane martial arts pictures. SVC loves it all. So easy to watch with 3 different platforms. And check out those addresses on Facebook, Twitch TV, and YouTube. SVSCL is rated WebMA for language and is considered not safe for work. Attention, professional drivers there. That's right. And now you've got all that. Now, how much would you pay? And there he is, the one, the only Jeffrey Hayes. Jeffrey, good to see you, brother. Good morning, all. Making an awesome Monday, and you will with PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Remember, folks, Plasma Fire Graphics, we want to thank them, as always, for sponsoring the show. And also thank you to Geek Insider. I forgot to mention you, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. But anyway, we ran a spot at the top of the show, and if you missed that, and you've got a book cover or something you want to do, when the look of your book matters to you, this is the guy to talk to, Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. When the look of your book matters to you, whether it's a paperback or even a comic book, you might check out Jeffrey, see if he'll do a comic book cover for you. Anyway, Plasma Fire Graphics has a variety of products and services they can offer you at exceptionally low prices, but exceptionally high quality as well. And Jeffrey, it's good to see you. I hope you're having a great morning. So check out Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook and on .com, wherever that is. When the look of your book matters to you, because it does matter to your readers. Check it out. All right, Sarah's blowing kisses to the altar boy. And morning, Sarah, how are you feeling today? Asked Willow Schuyler. And there's Joe Bachman. Good to see you, brother. Just stopping in for a quick hello before I go back to coding. My first 2 apps got published on the App Store this weekend, and now I'm working on the additional features. Good for you, Joe. Way to go, guy. That's awesome. That is fantastic. I love it. I love how the various forms of creativity manifest themselves around here. You guys are crazy talented, man. Oh, and I think I hear someone. I drained my coffee cup for that reason. Anyway, Sarah from YouTube says, feeling tired but in good health. How are you doing, Willow? Much love. And back on the stereo box, John, good to see you, johnpica.com. And listening on my drive into the office this morning. Oh, man. This is this your normal time to drive? This seems a little late. I hope this bad weather we've got up here in Indiana isn't hitting you down there. And there's that comment dump. Anyway, let's see if we can catch up. Christian Basil, arise, Monday Morris monster, arise. Spread your love and peace, as for once our overseers bring peace in our most troubled times. Thank you, sweetie. You're welcome. Oh, my honey brought kofefe. So thanks, sweetie. Okay. Love you. You come in if you need more.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If I don't finish it first. Anyway. Yeah. Yes. Back to Christian Basil before Brian was so pleasantly interrupted. Anyway. Arise, Monday Morris monster, arise! Spread your love and peace. As for once our overseers bring peace in our most troubled times. Yes, for a brief moment, the government that says it's here provided peace and prosperity in the form of one of its own. Yes, spread your love over the nation with Bernie memes. Spread far and wide in hopes that humanity is not a forgotten thing. Well said, young man. Applause, applause. Well said. Yeah, and my good friend Kim Lockman this morning, we posted it just before we came on here. If you remember the Twilight episode, Terror at 20,000 feet with a bravura performance by William Shatner about a creature that is on the wing of the airplane and only Shatner can see it. Is the plane being damaged? Is it being threatened? Or is he going insane? And Shatner in that episode reminds you what an incredible actor he really can be. So definitely check that out. But anyway, the meme is Shatner panicking at what's on the wing, and of course on the wing is our Bernie. I've finally learned to love Bernie Sanders. But anyway, yeah, check it. Keep those memes coming. Oh my God! And I saw there's a video of him on CNN, and it looks like he is amused by them. He's probably wondering, well, if I'm this damn popular, how come I never got voted in? Anyway, and Sarah says, spread my what? Christian? Just kidding. Or am I? If you do, Sarah, remember your neglected friends here, okay? It means a lot. And Carl Witzman says Sarah must be feeling better. Yeah. Well, we haven't felt her yet, so we can't tell for sure. Anyway, Daryl Shaw, good morning, watching you on YouTube. I'm glad to have you here, Daryl. Daryl is the grand poobah of the Salem Comic and Toy Expo in Salem, Illinois. And hoping we can have one this year, man. But wouldn't be surprised if it's late in the year. Don't ask me to do anything in September, though. My September is now filled up. Yes, and I do want to give a shout out. I'm going through my address book here so I can get everything right. Dates are lining up, and a lot of these are dates that have been canceled from 2020, obviously. September 9th through the 11th, I will be appearing at PennCon. I will be sharing a table with Michaela Jade, and who knows what else. But it's going to be a great, great time. PennCon is always a blast. Go to penncon.com and check it out. And the week after that, I'll be at SI Comic-Con. They are launching SI Comic-Con in the fall this time instead of the spring. And then on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, I will be at NonCon number 6. And that was a great, great time. Thank you, Jason Snyder and Keith Age, for having me back. I'm so pleased. And also, Amy Hale will be there. Gospel Jake Lindsay will be doing one-on-one illusions for you. That stuff is hard to do. I believe John Pica will be there. John B. Pica, Big Daddy Cool, will be showing up, as well as Molly Daniels and Charles F. Millhouse. And we're hoping, and Carl Witzman. I think Carl Witzman's thinking about going. So hopefully, get the bunch of us together. May not make any sales, but we will have fun. And anyway, so that's my September, and my April is starting to shape up too. But yeah, and I did sign up for a show this weekend. Right by it. This May, I will be at the Peoria Civic Center with the Indie Author Book Expo Tour. We'll be at the Peoria Civic Center at 201 Southwest Jefferson Avenue, downtown Peoria, Illinois. And I'm really excited. Michaela Jade will be there. Carl Witzman and Donna Carlene will be there. And Donna will also be with us at NonCon, I believe. I believe they're thinking about it, if they haven't said yes already. But anyway, the Nevermorians will be well represented at these events. Looking forward to seeing you all there, too. And Christian Basil asks, Sarah, spread... Oh, yeah, your love, yeah. And Sarah is feeling better. And the Skunk Rocker from YouTube says, so I saw a trailer recently for a movie from the 90s called Firestorm, and it seems like a pretty metal film. At one point, Howie Long throws a chainsaw behind him one-handed while riding a motorcycle. Now, that doesn't scream more entertainment for your viewing dollar. I don't know what does, my God. That sounds awesome. I gotta look that up. And Skunk Rocker says, through a forest fire and planted into the windshield of a pickup truck, the truck that's pursuing him. Holy crap, I need to see this movie. Holy crap, I need to see it too. That's awesome. Oh, and also, I've been binging. I have told everyone of my love of a Ultraman. It was a Japanese kaiju superhero series from the 60s that since then has gone out, become almost a legacy, almost a kind of like Doctor Who in Great Britain. And there's something like 400 different Ultramen and women and stuff. And I've been getting, quite enthused about seeing these episodes that I didn't even know existed until recently. And I own the Ultraman, the original Ultraman series from 1965 on DVD. But they're releasing, it looks like the entire set of them now. And some people have put the sets up on YouTube, I'm glad to say. I still want to buy the DVD sets, but those have been fun to watch. I was watching parts. I need to binge. I need to go back and watch Ultra Q, which is the predecessor. It's kind of like X-Files, but with kaiju. And then, maybe go through Ultraman once again. And then the next one is called The Return of Ultraman. And that particular iteration is called Ultraman Jack. And there's different ones like Ultraman Reboot, Ultraman Z, Ultraman Zero, Ultraman Red and Blue. Just a whole plethora of really good shows. And some of them have been really exciting. Ultraman Zero I've caught glimpses of it, and it looks exceptionally good. So anyway, if you like superheroes, if you like Godzilla and big stomping monsters like Nick Tucker does, you might like this show. And there she is, my guest star for tomorrow night. Mwah, Lacey Lemke. Good morning, everyone. And check out Dope Bunny and Clive on Facebook. That's her humor page. But we'll be talking about Dope Bunny and Clyde tomorrow, as well as she's also been working on a graphic novel for quite some time now. And she's got a lot of irons in the fire. Lacey, I'm looking forward to having you on the show tomorrow. Like crazy. We're going to have fun, hon. And she's part of our Nevermorian crew. We have a blast when we go out and terrorize conventions together. And so Willow Schuyler, you'll hear all about the antics from last night's show soon. It was a lot of fun chatting with the crew from the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We all had a blast. I've been talking with a few of us outside of our thread on Facebook, and we all had a fun time. I can always tell when it's going to be a fun show when I laugh, and my sides hurt from laughing. And last night I was in pain. I was in agony. I had a great time. And Joe Dog McKeel says, okay, back monitoring 5 channels now. You should be good here till the end of the show. Yeah, Joe Dog. Don't forget, Joe Dog will be on lunch at the Doghouse tomorrow. Lunchtime at the Doghouse tomorrow at 12:05 on various channels. Also, check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page, newly minted on Facebook. So if you want to have one-stop shopping to pick up everything, please go there. But also, please consider going to pages like the Rising Tide, Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publishing Network on YouTube. Also, Joe Dog McKeel. Also, Stupid O'Clock. Also, Ted Davies Artistry. We've all got YouTube pages, and we would appreciate the subscription. It helps us a lot. It really does. It gets us visible and draws more people to it. And I hope we all grow our networks together, my friends. Anyway, Christian Basil says, Sarah, is that love or legs or both? I always get confused, Dark Mistress. Well, gosh, we have to explain it to you, Christian, again. And Nick Zocker, good morning, Nevermorians, as we slam through the last week in January. I hope everyone's momentum is building. Brother, I am ready for re-entry. I'm already starting to feel the friction burns. I really am. Not just the rug burns like Christian. But anyway, and by the way, Christian, you were mentioned last night a couple times. But nothing but love, I assure you. But anyway, Nick, it's good to see you. Nick Tucker's work is available on Amazon. Check out Big Stompy Robots and The Simple Sword. The latter is a great reference book for anyone that wants to get swordplay right. And Nick also has a Historical Fencing Guild channel on YouTube on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And he is awesome. He is a great broadcaster and lots of energy and knowledge. He is cool. Hope you had a great weekend, you and the family. Carl Witzman says, no one could describe last night's Pillow Talk. You folks will just have to go watch it. Yeah, that's right. Sarah mocks Christian with her cruel laughter. And Will Schuyler, I'm doing great, Sarah. Thanks for asking. That is good news. And Nicholas, the momentum will build more for me when I get done adding these new features to my 2 apps. I hear you. Well, I'm going to finish a short story this week. Got to work on my newsletter this week. And got a couple other irons in fire. But anyway, on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, excuse me, all lowercase, we outline what we got going for the week. And I think we're going to start doing that every week. And that blog will only be available to my Patreon subscribers. So if you go there, just $1 a month will let you read my blog. So at least most entries of it, a few of them are top secret. Like when I post chapters of my new work in progress, The Terrors. It's a novel featuring some possibly familiar Golden Age characters, but not as you've ever seen them before. But anyway, and I got a great idea for the cover. Oh, Jeffrey Hayes, if we can afford it. It's more my model than anything. He's a friend of mine. But anyway, yeah, let's keep this momentum going, people. We gotta conquer. We got a year to conquer. We gotta make up for lost time. And Randy Zimmerman, Brian, great having you on Sunday Funnies. We will do that again soon. Randy, I look forward to it, man. You are worth waking up to early. I had a fantastic time. Always a good time with you, Randy, and Russ, and Varian, and Glenn. Fantastic. I always have a fantastic time, Randy, and hope you have a great week, my brother. I do hope you have a week, and you're welcome, lovely Willow, says Sarah. And there we go. And Jason Snyder, we were talking about you earlier, brother. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Jason Snyder is one of the guiding hands behind NonCon that's going to be happening in last weekend of September. I'm already looking forward to it, making my plans and everything. I'm probably even going to go ahead. I'm going to roll the dice, Jason. I'm going to get my room already. All right. But I had a great time last year. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Keith and everybody at NonCon 6. And please check it out. Let me know when you get that page with the page for NonCon set up, please, Jason. I'd love to promote it. The thing is, and Jason, if you work up a trailer, talk to me, and we'll see about putting you in the rotation around here. But anyway, NonCon is a great show. It's a paranormal show that happens inside a genuinely haunted school. And let's ask Amy Hale sometimes how haunted it is. It is haunted AF. It is. But lots of great people to hang out with, and admission is free, so you can afford to go there. It's a lot of fun. And also, if you are a vendor of anything, even related to writing, creativity, the paranormal, what have you, contact Jason, and you could possibly score a table. I did. And Will Schuyler says, morning, Christian. How's it going for you today? And the Eric Hawkins says, morning, people. I'm not a morning person by nature, but I've learned to be one. Eric, how are you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well, sir. How'd you do on the drawing show the other night? And Teresa Dunn, and you lovebirds get a room. Hey, there's plenty of room here with Teresa Dunn. You just set up your camera and we can make some money on this. And tomorrow's Clever Tile Pending sounds interesting. I love creepy. And that's it. Lacey Lemke has this angelic smile that turns into the sadistic leer at the drop of a hat. She is wonderful. She and I hang out. We love hanging out at the shows, and I miss this girl so much. I miss all my peeps. I really do. I miss you. Thank God for the interwebs. In fact, I was, on a show the other night, we were all talking about, can you imagine how much worse this was? Or no, it was the green room, I think it was the other night. And how much worse this whole Peter pandemic would have been if we didn't have the internet. I've tried to, but I can't even imagine what it was like back a century ago with the Spanish flu, which, how did information, you only had newspapers and word of mouth. Two of probably now the least reliable sources of information currently, but no, that's all you had. Remember, this is before radio, long before television. Television didn't start to be a thing until like the 30s. And radio, I think was late 20s, I believe. I could be wrong. Somebody can look that up and find out, and you'll be smarter. But yeah, it's just the isolation, the incredible isolation that so many of us feel, and as bad as some of us have had it during 2020 emotionally, I think a number of us would have been shaving our wrists about a century ago. And thank you for all being here for me. I do want to say that. Carl Weston says, Joe Dog, you're worse than I am about multitasking. I need to see if any weather balloons or dogs need tracking today. Yes, Carl has a new fetish, which is tracking dogs. Apparently, you put the chip on them, and other people can track your dog too. Or Carl can explain it. This is Carl is, there's something wrong with this boy. He's given up redheaded cheerleaders for tracking dogs. There's something seriously damaged about the boy, but we love him. And morning, the Eric, says Sarah. And Joe Bachman, how can I plug your stuff if I don't know what it does? Can we have details? Asked Nick Tockard. That's a good question. If it tracks dogs, Carl Witzman will buy it. And who are the lovebirds, Teresa? I'm confoozled. That's all of us, Sarah. We all love each other, or try to. Anyway, as much as the other person will allow. And Joe Bachman says, I'm waiting to get those features ahead before plugging. Those two apps are actually geared towards road construction inspectors. Basically, they are fancy math apps. Oh, that's cool. Well, having worked in the water trade, I know how that's useful. That is seriously useful. Oh, man. I would love to hear more about that myself, Joe. Seriously. And snowstorm is happening in Iowa. Teresa, I am so sorry. We got some nasty stuff overnight, but it didn't stick around, which reminds me, you guys haven't had a weather broadcast from me in a long time. We're going to call that up and 7-day forecast. I usually use forecast.weather.gov, and you can program it for your own location. Currently, we're having fog and mist. It's 31 degrees in the Lafayette area, as reported out of the Purdue University Airport. To now until 9 p.m. Monday, a winter advisory has been issued. 40% chance of snow, 80% chance of possible ice. Snow likely possibly mixed with freezing rain before 3 p.m. Then snow possibly mixed with rain and sleet between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Then rain possibly mixed with snow and freezing rain after 4 p.m. Oh crap. High near 35, east northeast in 10 to 16 miles an hour with gusts as high as 22. Chance of precipitation is 80%. I think it's a sure thing. Little or no ice accumulation expected, and the total daytime snow and sleet accumulation will be less than half an inch. And then tonight, freezing rain mainly before 1 a.m., low around 31, east-northeast wind 12 to 17 miles per hour, decreasing to 6 to 11 p.m. miles per hour. After midnight, winds could gust as high as 29 miles an hour, so be careful out there. Chance of precipitation is 80% of freezing rain. New ice accumulation could be up to 0.3 tenths of an inch. It's possible, but the highs this week until Thursday will be above freezing, after which point the chance of precipitation in this area go down dramatically. Now, what I like is the hourly weather forecast. Let's see how crappy it looks like. Actually, that's not, well, freezing rain looks bad. From about 6 p.m. until 9 p.m., it looks like we're going to get it occasionally. Then the chances go down until midnight, and then dramatically. Sleet will only be happening around 3 p.m. along with snow and some rain. So it's going to be messy here in the Lafayette area. And we hope that everyone in the Midwest and in the path of this storm stays safe and preferably stays inside. And freezing rain here in East Central Illinois, Teresa. Ew. And someone else that's going to have to brave it is Mark Lerner. Greetings from the prairie. Greetings to you, Professor Mark. Hope you're doing well. Love to you and the family. Stay safe, brother. Stay safe, man. It's going to be nasty driving. And, of course, speaking of driving, she's going to have to do it. Please send some prayers to her and her co-workers. Christian Basil Willow, same stuff, different day, and your presence makes it so much better. And Grant Lankard, good to see you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I was glad to see you yesterday on the Sunday Funnies. Hope you're doing well, sir, and thank you for the correspondence. We are going to make some stuff happen. And I think it's Christian and you, says Teresa Dunn. Yeah, and we get to watch. Joe Dog McKeel says the Insomniac's prayer. Now I lay me down to sleep. Y'all hush out now, not a peep. If you wake me during the night, I promise you we're going to fight. Amen. I kind of like that. I love that. That's great, Joe Dog. I kind of like the Todd Rundgren version on an album called Faithful. He had a really fun song where it begins with, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, then somebody made a big mistake. So anyway, Christian Basil's sharing body heat with the Dark Mistress to keep her warm. And Grant is being greeted by Sarah and Zen. How do you guys know about him? That is a secret character. Oh, never mind. Nothing going on. Further into terraformcomics.com. Well, actually, there's also I got friended by the creator of it yesterday. There's a character from, I think it's the 80s. Zen Intergalactic Ninja or something like that. But no, if it's from Terraform Comics, I'm looking forward to that one. And Sarah says, "Oh, Teresa, I thought this was a room, and we went to. Oh yeah, there we go. And 13 likes, 15 viewings." That's right. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, if you're enjoying any part of this video, even a scintilla of it, which is all we can hope for some days, please, not only please share this video, we do appreciate that, but also please like the video, because it does help us in the algorithms. And we have made strides with the Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook and the Rising Tide Publications page on YouTube, especially. We have 2,200 people on the Facebook page, and we have over 420 on the the YouTube page. And we're grateful for each and every one that is subscribed to either or both. But anyway, please like us. We desperately crave it. Our egos demand it. And I still haven't heard back about non-con, says Carlene. I even mentioned Brian sent me. Maybe I shouldn't have that. Maybe that's what cursed you. Get in touch with Jason Snyder. And tell him you want to be with the writers, because we'd love to have you there. You and Carl would have a great time. And Sarah Wrightmore watching the like. She's bringing out the whip. Okay, people, you done got warned. And Carry On Mistress and Christian, you naughty boy, you. And Brian Rodman, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. Let us smack this week across the digital sack with gumption as we enter into the unknown together, making this place a little brighter with our creations. Let's do this! And don't forget to laugh at yourself and others. I do laugh at others. In fact, I quoted on Willow's show last night from Michael O'Donoghue, I think one of the greatest humorists of the 70s. He was one of the main writers at the old National Lampoon, and he went on to become the head writer on the early years of Saturday Night Live. He wrote the classic Star Trek sketch with John Belushi and Chevy Chase and Elliot Gould. And he had a quote where he said, I think it's from the old National Lampoon radio show, where anyone can laugh at others, or anyone can laugh at themselves, but it takes someone special to be able to laugh at others. So anyway, BrianRodman.com, check out his work. He is awesome. Oh, and I spoke about love. Thank you to Brian Rodman, Amy Hale, mwah, Kelly Gutner, mwah, and Tina McGinnery, mwah. Thank you for your love here, and everyone who liked us on Facebook. John Scarborough, good to see you. JB Farrell, always a pleasure, sir. Jeffrey Hayes, Ryan Permisson, Kathy Jackson, mwah, Ted Davies, author Michaela Jade, mwah, Rebecca Lawson, mwah, and John B. Pica, and 11 more people. And 12 more people. Thank you to all of it. The StreamYard cut me off on that, so I can't see who liked me. But anyway, thank you all for your support. I do appreciate it. Speaking of great support, Pops Van Zandt, Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brian. How you doing, Pops? Good morning to you. I hope are you gonna have CromCon in February? Looking forward to that as always. And should not have said that, or other news will have a cover commission for author Kivrin St. James. So busy day ahead. It sounds like, Nick, you're excited. This is great. And Rosemarie Rose, good morning. Good morning to you. You're a wonderful lady. You hope you're doing well. Put in a mention of your broadcasting, if you would, on the Hanging with Web Show Network. Oh, and speaking of putting in a mention, I do want to give a shout out to my Patreon subscribers. We are growing on Patreon, and thank you to everyone that has supported us on there. These people have they give us a little money every month. It's like a subscription thing, but we also get to show them works in progress, special blogs, and we're uploading some or many of our books onto the page. I had to do that today. It's been too long. And just generally sharing me with them. So anyway, there are many people on here. In fact, many people on this list, like Cindy and Kelly Austin and Brian, John B. Pica, Romelian, Tina, and Eric. I might as well just say everybody on that page. That's a page of their own. Please support them. And it's a great way to have a really special contact with your favorite creators. So thank you to our Patreon supporters. It is sincerely appreciated. And if you want to become one also, just $1 a month, it's only $12 a year, and that helps a lot. It really does. You can become a supporter of this show and our other enterprises at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And check out other creators on there too, because they are awesome as well. Anyway, and hey, Pops, says Sarah, and giving the love to Teresa. And good morning, Amy Hale. Mwah. You probably hear this a lot from John, but you were fantastic last night. And it was good talking to you afterwards, of course, as always. And looking forward to more good news. And Brian just said you were great last night, and 7.5 inches is Christian Basil. See what you missed out? You should have been there, man. Plus, I mentioned you at least once. And that's when, and now things are starting to clinch on Christian. Have never clinched before. Grant Lankard says, I'm going to take a break from promoting myself. Please look up Omni on Kickstarter. The creator, James Sims, was rushed to the hospital 3 days before the campaign ended. Oh, no. Poor man. I hope everything's all right with James. Please keep us posted, Grant. Oh man, but that did look good. That did look good. And folks, with Kickstarter campaigns, if nothing else, even if you can't find it in your heart to back a level on Kickstarter, if you really want to help the creator in other ways, just pledge $1. Because like with Patreon, that's a great attaboy. It really is. It really helps motivate, and it moves them just that much closer to their goal. Also, please share the posts when you see them on Facebook, because if you aren't interested, you might have somebody on your friends list who is. So please share. Sharing is genuinely caring when it comes to crowdfunding. And Pops Van Zandt won't be talking to us because he noticed Sarah's in the room. And Nick Tockard, I am so glad to see Sarah so active in the morning. Me too. And yeah, me naughty moi. We vous Christian. Not only that, when we say things around here, and then Christian died. Anyway, let's get back to your comments and glad event. And yes, Sarah, over the weekend, Larry King passed away, the iconic interviewer. I was sad. I more often than not, I enjoyed Larry King's show. I think it depended on the guests. There were just some guests I just didn't care for, period. But I have to give a shout out to Piers Morgan, who was his successor on CNN. And Piers Morgan is a wretched little scumbag. He really is. First of all, he thinks that he can pontificate as a member of the British Empire on how we all need to live our lives. Sorry, Mr. Celebrity. We can do this on our own. Thank you. And he tweeted something which I think was taken down later. But it was I really respected Larry King, much sadness at his passing. And then here's a series of his character flaws. That's bull. That is so classless. That reminds me why Jeremy Clarkson, there was a time when, there was a time a few years ago when he was on, when Piers Morgan was on CNN, and he was doing tweet after tweet about how vile Americans were because we allowed any sort of handguns, and he proposed like this 1984 like scenario about dealing with gun ownership, which I agree there should be limits, there should be precautions, there should be safeguards, but not to the degree he was saying. And it would basically just put handguns in the hands of criminals and not anyone else. Well, needless to say, Jeremy Clarkson, who was on Top Gear at the time, great British show about driving cars, and people were saying that CNN should fire Piers Morgan and send him back to England as if they could deport him. And Jeremy Clarkson's reaction was something along the lines of, "What have we done to you? I thought we were friends." That sort of thing. Whatever we've done, please forgive us. So, but anyway, yes, Larry King will be sorely missed. And we hope that, and thank you, Bamboozless, for tagging me in a post. Just got the notice of that. But anyway, yes, Sarah, many condolences to the family of Larry King, and may all of his memories be golden. He leaves behind a fantastic repository of work, and was, I think, one of the most insightful interviewers around. He did an interview a few years ago with Morrissey from the Smiths, and it was really good. It was really good. I loved it. He was slightly bewildered by Morrissey and not at all intimidated. And I think Morrissey was kind of delighted to have somebody that could stand up to him a little. But anyway, Teresa Dunn goes, "Naughty altar boy." And Phil Thompson, good morning to you, man. Any suggestion you interact with your audience? Yeah, interact with them. We'll give you a tip that will help you, Philip. You do a lot on Instagram. When people make comments on your posts, be sure to post a comment thanking them, because that helps in the algorithms. Because they, let's say 5 people say this is good stuff. Well, then you say thank you for liking it. Thank you for liking it. So suddenly you go from 5 comments to 10. and the algorithms will reward you. So that's something to do. Anytime you get a comment on any of your posts, please put a comment in return thanking them, because that's the nice thing to do. They didn't have to do that for you, and it will help your visibility, Philip. That's something you can take away. So please start using it. I feel so bad for my friend James, says Grant Lanker. They say the infection on his leg is so bad that he's going to lose his leg. I think it'd be great if when he got out of the hospital, his Kickstarter was funded. How far away is he, Grant? And could you put in a link to that Kickstarter? We'd be glad to have you do that. All right. And Carl Witzman, Christian, my beard has finally grown longer than, well, I'm leaving that alone. Skunk Rocker says, Brian, did you just make a dog police reference? Dog police? Where are they coming from? Everybody knows who you are. Arf, 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 arf. My God, Skunk. It's like we share a brain. I was thinking about that the other day. MTV used to have a video contest every month with indie bands, and one of them was Dog Police, and it was this kind of silly song, but it was fun. And it was about the dog police, and they wore overcoats. They looked like McGruff, but yeah, I think I may have put an unconscious dog police reference. Will Schuyler, honestly, I thought I would hear of Larry King's getting married again before his death. Oh my God, yeah, man, that you got to give the old guy credit. He gives a lot of hope to us, or gave a lot of hope to us old people. He's still feisty at his age, because. Is there other reason to get married? Anyway, but no, seriously, turn around. It's like every time you turn around, Larry King's getting remarried. What in the heck? And oh no, Grant, I agree, Sarah. And Carlene, that's terrible, Grant. May Air watch over him. Air watch over him. May watch over. I'm going to get that right, Carly, and I apologize for my mispronunciation. Anyway, I'm going to do some writing, says Teresa Dunn. A poet's work is never done. Indeed it isn't, darling. You keep at it, hun, and you stay safe and warm, both you and Albert and Keith, all right? And all three of you. And sorry to hear that, Grant, says Carl Whitson. Joe Dog McKeel says, I also prefer someone standing beside me on projects. I get nervous with someone standing behind me. You never know when they turn and the support becomes a knife. Yeah, slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch. I know what you mean. I was watching a police video the other day, and it was this sovereign citizen, note the air quotes, who decided he was going to film the interaction of a cop with someone they pulled over. And it became swiftly unpleasant for all involved. And the commentator, I think it was Schrodinger's cat, made the comment that when a policeman is at a traffic stop, you don't get behind him. Here's a little thing about police, and I've sat in on some training with them here at Lafayette. Keeping your hands in the open is a great way to do it. If you're ever pulled over by a cop, make sure your hands are on the steering wheel at 10 and 12 and keep them there. Because a number of people that get shot, they do it because they act suspiciously. There are tells to this sort of thing, like in poker. And when their hand disappears, for all you know, they could be pulling out a gun. And that's where a lot of people get shot by the police. Honestly, it's where it works. And a lot of times it is a gun. That's the thing. But this guy was getting behind the policeman, and then wonders why he gets arrested. Anyway, that's why I find these things. I understand both sides of the equation when it comes to police interaction now because of it. Back of the driving box on YouTube says, I am driving in later than usual because I forgot my laptop at home and had to turn around and go back and get it. I work about an hour away from the house. Oh, yeah. Well, you live in a big area, so yeah, Nashville. So yeah, it's not surprising you have to drive an hour. When I worked in Champaign, Illinois, we had people that lived about an hour away in Bloomington that were driving back and forth every day. And some people do it. I know of some people, I know of them, I don't know them personally, but they work at some of the big industrial plants here like Alcoa and Subaru and such, and they live over in Danville, Illinois, which is, you call it an hour, but depending on where you live in Danville, it's at least an hour to get here and back. That's each way. So yeah, you go where the opportunity is, right? Anyway, Nick Tucker says, get back into gaming. Snag Big Stompy Robots, the quick play game for only 99 cents. Get into that wonderful world at that product right there. Big Stompy Robots, BSR. You will become a fan. It's a great pickup game. Nick Tucker is a fantastic game designer. He makes them fast. He makes them simple. So simple even I can do them. It is good stuff. And any longer, and I'll move in, says, oh, you said a mouthful. Back in the cereal box. If you guys haven't watched the Back in the cereal box yet, this past Saturday's episode is the one to check out. We were invaded and taken over by 5 pinup cosplay models. Oh, you poor man. You poor man. Losing control like that. And how do you run Amazon ads? Philip, that is, there is a, I will give you some recommendations, and this is good for anyone who wants to run Amazon ads. I run Amazon ads. Still tweaking them. It's a process is the thing. Basically, it's like running Facebook ads in which you determine your budget, how much you want to spend per day, how long you want to spend it, and then you work up your campaign, and they have tutorials to help you with that. Also, I would recommend going to YouTube and asking that very same question: how to run Facebook ads. There are some really, really good people out there that can explain it far better than I can. But basically, there's the same principle. One thing about Amazon or how to run Amazon ads. The one thing about Amazon is that you are dealing with people who are looking for books, especially if you put in the right metadata. But again, that is a longer lesson than we have the scope to give here. So go to YouTube. That will be your best resource, Phil, and take notes. And Dave Chesson is a good CHESSEN. But do a search for how to run Amazon ads, and you will find the right information on there, Philip. And good luck with that. And I brushed all the birds out for Willow's show. You did look fluffy last night. You looked delightfully and fluffy and cloud-like last night, Carl. You were beautiful. And that was an interesting show, John, says Carl Wisman. Oh, I figured you'd be there. I should be there too. And Amy Hale says, I will be at all 3 dates in September as well. Yes. Amy and I together again at last. And Amy's like, oh, maybe I should reconsider this. Anyway, no, and I'll have Cookie with me. We will be, Cookie is planning to be at PenCon. Don't know about the other two. We will have to. Oh no, I do. No, I think she will be at non-con as well. We're hoping she can be. But anyway, we will. I'll be bringing Cookie to some of these shows too. And Carl Westman says, "Weird, clear and cold here, but the Alma Cam on the Urbana campus is showing white stuff falling from the sky. Hopefully, just somebody's dandruff. Well, you know how these college kids are, you know. And that's the thing. Let's check up on the weather here in Lafayette. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Keokuk seems to be a lot worse weather than we get. But then again, she's right on the Mississippi River, I believe. She's got some body of water running. Is it the Mississippi? Yeah. It's on the west side of Illinois. So yeah, east side of Iowa. Yeah, so it's the Mississippi. And so, you know, of course, we've got the Wabash, but it's not as bad as what she would be having. And yeah, we're still looking at crappy weather today. If we can get through today, I think we're going to be all right. And fortunately, the temperature will remain above freezing starting about noon or so. So anyway, that should help. So anyway, let's get back to this. And back in the cereal box says, word from the inner circles that there will not be a live Dragon Con this year, but you can see me and the rest of the gang at the River City Steampunk Festival in Hannibal, Missouri. That's one I'd love to get to sometime. That's within driving distance. I love Hannibal. There is a possibility I will be at a Hannibal show, but it won't be that one, unfortunately. I don't really have a whole lot for steampunk fans, unfortunately, but I'm working on it. But anyway, John, good luck at that show, seriously. And Joe Dog McKeel, a Monday after a con, it is a Monday to the 10th power. Oh dear, I'm sorry. And happy birthday to Lacey Lemke. I didn't know it was Lacey's birthday. Well, happy birthday, sweetheart. Mwah! We'll celebrate tomorrow. And at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Time on Clever Title Pending, Comic Talk with Pops and says Monday tonight on the Monday Madness, Connor Bartel, Frank Forte, and Dorfice 2015, 8 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel. Check out what Pops does. Great interview show. Love it. Oh, and that Michael Oden guy too. Michael gets around. He's a good writer. And Nick Tucker says, want to learn how to kill your friends safely? Are you an author looking for a reference for your sword fight seats? Well, the Kindle version is only $4.99, a $20 savings over the print cost. Check out The Simple Sword by Nicholas Anthony Tucker. It is good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, there's Michaela Jade. Mwah, good morning, good stuff. How are you, sweetie? Hope you're doing well today. And speaking of Godzilla and Kaiju, I'm just chuckling at the spelling there at your autocorrect there. Godzilla vs. Kong is on its way in its first trailer. Looks epic. Yes, it does. I'm really excited to see that. I really am. And Ninja Genko says, right on. How you doing? Good to see you from YouTube there, Ninja Genko. And rock on, Pops. And my birthday is on the 27th. I'm so excited, but do you know what I want for my birthday? I want subs. I mean, YouTube subscribers. Anyway, Michaela, put a link to your YouTube page and let's get on Michaela's page. Anyway, and to Randy Zim. Oh, he is great. And there he is rocking on Pops Van Zandt. And this week, says Brian Rodman, the Dastardly Legos podcast is back. This week's episode features JD Calderon, writer of the Oswald Chronicles and host of Indie Comics Explained. He's a good host. We dive deep into world building and comic book history. It was a ton of fun. Catch up on season 2 at that address right there. It is a fun show. You will be amused. Some great people on those shows, and it's always a lot of fun. A lot of laughs. And oh, hey, I found everyone. There you are, darling. And hey, Michaela, ginormous virtual hugs, and we get to watch. And Willow Schuyler says, I was invited to co-host my friend's show last night after my show ended. We had interviewed a local realtor and members of the Canadian band Harlequin. I saw the notes for that. I'm going to have to watch that. It's interesting. A local realtor. That's kind of a fun guess. That's very unusual. I love it. Joe Dog McKeel says, getting angry at someone, think before you talk. If they are your junior, count to 10. If they're an equal, count to 30. If it's a senior, count to 50. If it's your wife, shut up and keep counting. Yeah. Amen, brother. That's right. I didn't get to be this old by being that stupid, right? Anyway, Michaela J. Hello, Sarah. Stay safe in this craptastic weather. Seriously. And Willow Schuyler saying, I'm having so much fun with this podcasting stuff. I am enjoying being on this adventure, and you do it so well, and you are improving all the time, Willow. You are going to be a force. You really are. Nick Tockert says, as if you aren't already. And Nick Tockert says, I'm so excited to see Lacey on your show. She is just an amazing thing. She is. She really is. Just hanging out with her is one of the joys of my convention experience. Like we go to lunch together, we go to dinner together, we just kind of pal around. She's a lot of fun. She really is, and she's a terrific writer. She, don't discount that at all. She is fantastic. I love her. And anyway, oh yeah, you're dealing with this weather as well, Michaela. Ice is bouncing off the roof outside my window. Stay safe, Sarah. Please stay safe. Everyone that's in the middle of this Midwestern storm. Eric Hawkins says, I've won the fan edition 3 weeks in a row, heading to the pro edition again on Wednesday. Cool. Keep us posted, Eric. Please post it on my Rising Tide page, and let's try to follow you. Because what is it? The first time Eric went on the pro one, correct me if I'm wrong, but he won it handily. And all the professionals, named professionals on there got mad, and some of them were accusing Eric of cheating. So it's like, no. Anyway, the artist on the Action Bible was Sergio Carrillo. Okay, then I'm thinking of the right guy. I thought that was Sergio Carrillo. He's drawn Superman. He's drawn the X-Men. He's drawn Fantastic Four. I believe I'm thinking about the right guy. He's just an incredible artist. He really is. He doesn't do enough work, as far as I'm concerned. Back in 1918, there were the same type of vile groups screaming it was infringement on constitutional rights as Joe Dog McKeel. Yeah, it's true. I just found this out last year that we think it was just it's just us that have the the COVIDiots out there who are denying science, denying reality. And, it's funny because I'm thinking that these guys are saying, well, I can't wear a mask. There ain't no such thing as COVID. I bet they're going to be the first ones in line saying, well, how do I cut in line to get my vaccine? How do I cut in line? I'm not even worried about that anymore. I know there's people that are getting ahead of the queue. And some of them are buying their way into it. It's like I know a number of Hollywood celebrities belong to like HMOs or something, healthcare things, that basically those doctors get the stuff, and then they do whatever they want with it. They're told to give it to frontline people, but they're like, "Oh, you're a Kardashian? Well, come on up," sort of thing. So phooey on them. But I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger and he got a lot of pushback from it. But the thing was, he waited in line. It was one of those, I think it was in Florida. He's got a home in Florida. And he waited in the line like everyone else. And he's 70 years old. So he's entitled to it. We talk about entitlement. He earned it. But it was so funny because he posted a tweet last week when he got it, and he said, I got in line, I waited a couple hours, and I got my shot. I'm feeling fine. Everyone, go get your shot. Get in line, get your shot. Follow me if you want to live. I thought that was so classy. And thank you for all you do, Brian. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. We need you as much as you need us. Love them. Darling, I love them. You know that I do love you, and I love all of you, and thank you, Sarah, for those very, very sweet words. And back on the topic, the redheaded cheerleaders refuse to let me put the radio tag on them. Well, that's why they're struggling, Carl. That's what roofies are for, right? Anyway, did I say that? Not out loud. And Michaela Jane says, I need to get Carl my manuscript so he has something to do. Yeah, apparently he needs something to occupy his mind. And yes, you do, Michaela. And Joe Dog McHale says, anyone hear anything about a protest in Roswell, New Mexico about illegal aliens? The government is denying it here or there. I don't know, but I'm going to go past the centuries. I'm getting my Naruto run ready. See, that's where January 6th went wrong. If those protesters had done a Naruto run, they'd still be inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they could have turned it into a Super 8 or a Days In or something. As it is, they are going. Many hundreds of them are going to a motel in the immediate future. It's the Stone one, or as a donut operator called it, the Pound Me Up the Backside Hotel. Anyway, just found a $20 bill from 1990. Oh my God, that's ancient. You ought to have that thing carbon dated, Jake, and get the hell off my lawn. Anyway, just sweep the mastodon bones aside. And Nick Tucker says, Carl Witzman, if you want, I can draw you up some redheaded cheerleader puppy girls. I am happy to take commissions. And limiting the political talk, I hope, Joe Dog. Yeah, definitely. Seriously. Yeah, and I had one bit. There is one, just for a moment here, if you want some insightful commentary, there is... oh God, what is it? I just blanked on his name. It is something of the fifth column. But anyway, it's guys, it sounds like a good old boy, but he's very insightful. And I'm not going to say it here, but January 6th could have gone a lot worse. And he said how. It's interesting. Let's see, what is it? Maybe I can do a real quick search if anyone's interested. YouTube of the fifth column. Oh, of the fifth column. That's it. Beau, B-E-A-U. But anyway, it's very insightful. And if you want to get your politics, that's a good way to do it. Michaela J says, if it's less than half an inch, it's not even worth playing with. The snow. Yeah, I know what you mean. If that's all the snow, if that's all you can get up, hey, why bother? Even I can do better than that. Anyway, Michaela J, yes, the snow. That's what Sarah means. Yeah. And Brian Rodman says, I am announcing this later today, but you know what? You heard it here second. Patreon was first over the weekend. Yes, we were. I'm a supporter of Brian Rodman on Patreon. February 26, 2021, we will be the Kickstarter launch for the Memoirs of an Angel #7. Watch out on his page later today for a link to follow the campaign and get notified upon launch. And Brian will be setting up an event page. Get ready. And Brian, let's see what Rising Tide Publications page, brother. It's yours to use. Okay? Exploit me, Brian. Exploit me. And Ryan Permisson, good to see you, Ryan. Good morning to you. Good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? We are wonderful, and we hope you're doing the same on this Monday morning. About to start watching Bruce Lee movies I've never seen before. Are you as hyped as I am for Godzilla vs. Kong? Hell yeah. Check out our Patreon today at It's Nerd Culture, also a great broadcast on the Hanging with Web Show Network, for whom we support. And also check out other great shows like Willow's Pillow Talk was a part of the Hanging with Web Show Network too. So they've got some great shows on there, and they are our brothers and sisters in broadcasting. They have some good stuff on there, so check them out. But check us out first, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Just because. And he's back, David Atkins. Hey, hope everyone's still alive and prospering. No, you have caught us on the rerun. Your phone call is very important to us. And if please hold on the line. And when an operator becomes available, they will hang up on you. Anyway, David Atkins, hope you're doing well. Please put in promotion for your writing. And for those who don't know, says Brian Rodman, but you should. Memoirs of an Angel is a horror fantasy comic book series about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race through time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It's Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist, so join the adventure at brianrodman.com today. Definitely do it. I've read some of the early issues. It is a good read. And Will Schuyler says, walking to my bus to head out to work, not braving the freezing Winnipeg air walking today. Oh, darling, take care of yourself, all right? You could freeze a raspberry cream pump right off if you're a guy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Willow, be safe, hon. Keep us posted. Report in when you get there safely. We do worry about our Nevermorians. Joe Dog McKeel says, I'm thinking of starting a news network geared towards moderate females. It would be called Friday's News Channel. The tagline would be, just the facts, man. There we go. Oh man, seriously, I think that's something that's needed. I find myself, I fully support shows that I think different voices need to be heard, not just white old guys like me, okay, but women of all ages, not just the young and loud, but women who've got some mileage on them and some experience. All manner of minorities, whatever you want to call it, based on ethnicity, religion, whatever. Everyone needs a voice, and I think, Joe Dog, you maybe have something there. I'm serious. I really am. If you could bring the fun of stupid o'clock to that would be even better. Gospel Illusionist Jake says, I found out awesome news. My mom and grandma and grandpa are all getting the vaccine this week. Well, good for them. That's excellent. And Ryan Willow Schuyler rather is doing her David Tennant invitation, going, I don't want to go. We get a lot of that here. So this is her imitation. It's uncanny. It's like the real thing. There's David Tennant echoing Willow Schuyler. I understand it. So I wouldn't want to go either in that weather. Be safe, sweetheart. Be safe. All right. And let's see. We can write you a note, hon, if that helps. And Ryan Permisson says, any update on Pulp Reality 2? Looking forward to reading it. This week I am finishing up my story for Pulp Reality 2. It will be a team up, a World War I team up between my character Doc Saga, who you have not seen yet, and I am editing. I swear I'm every damn day I'm editing. And also Captain Hawkland, which you read 2 stories of in the first issue. And I am doing a team up with my Doc Saga, the ageless white shaman, and Lieutenant Hawkland in this case. And I'm really happy with the story. Hope Charles enjoys it, Charles F. Millhouse, and we're rushing along. I think we've got about 4 or 5 weeks left in production, and then Charles is going to start rattling cages for stories. But Ryan, if you ever thought of writing, if you have a knack for it or a yen for it, you might talk to Charles. He's looking at least 3 issues, probably more. Carl Westman says, stay wrapped up, Willow. Big hugs. Brian Rodman says, I'm drinking Covfefe from my Rising Tide mug. Are you? Not you, Brian. I know you are. Oh, okay. All right. To join the cool kids, head on over to risingtide.pub and get your very own Rising Tide mug that will bring you 3 wishes if you rub it just right. So will I. It could be more like the monkey's paw, but still, you rub me the right way, boy. God, you'd be surprised what you all can get from me. And hey, David, stay warm and safe, Willow. As from Sarah, Gospel Illusionist Jake. Now here's a tough question: who do you like more, John Koenig or Chris Farley? I don't really have a favorite. They're both very talented guys, but anyone else want to weigh in, have at it. And dang it, messed up the setup. Sorry, Joe Dog. And good morning to John Scarborough of Stupid O'Clock. John, always a pleasure to have you here. Hope you're looking forward to a great Monday and an even greater week. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here, John. Always appreciate you, man. And John B. Pica says, shared on Facebook. Thank you, John B. Pica. And John B. Pica, johnpica.com for all the amazing stuff this man does. He is a busy dude, and he's organized, too. That's amazing. How do you interact with your audience, and how do you run Amazon ads? Philip, we answered both questions earlier, but see, as usual, we've got a lag because we're having a conversation, Philip. So you can ask your question once. I will promise you, if you see it showing up on screen, unless I get like a comment dump, and that's not on me. It is on StreamYard. They're working on it. And Joe Dog, I subscribed to their channel last night. Thank you for that link. By the way, sorry for the vague booking, friends. But anyway, we answered both questions earlier. Hope you stuck around for both of them. Nick Tucker says, ever dream of commanding a medieval army? Are you a LARPer trying to come up with new strategies or just want to test out some fight scenes? Consider buying Melee for when chess just won't do. Check out that game from Nick Tucker on Amazon. He's awesome. And do you need a promo video or trailer for your newest project? If you don't, you really do. Head on over and visit my good pal and co-host of the Dastardly Dingoes, Jeremy Woodring, at jeremywoodring.com and see what he can do for you. Jeremy is beyond professional and his work is amazing. He does all the producing and editing work for the Dingoes, has done all my Kickstarter videos, including the new one coming your way soon. Get me a copy of that, Brian, okay? And Glenn B. Fleming, good to see you. So much fun having you on the show being on the show with you yesterday with Randy Zimmerman and everybody on Sunday Funnies. Good to talk with you yesterday. Glenn, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. Glenn B. Fleming is going to be up in a week or two on Clever Tile Pending. He is a great comic historian, artist, writer, graphic novelist, travel guy, Kennedy shooting expert, and he has got a lot of stuff going on, crazy talented, and so very, very nice and very interesting. So please, this guy is staying up late to be on my show. So please join us. I think it's, let's see. Let's see. Let's look at the book of knowledge here. That's not the knowledge we need. He will be on with me on February 9th. Glenn B. Fleming will join me February 9th. And we are firming up one more date in February. I'm going to ask somebody if they can if they want to take one date in February so we can get it into the newsletter this week. But no, it was great as always, Glenn. Good to talk to you, and had a great time with Randy and all the rest of you guys. It was so much fun. And back on the cereal box, finally in the office and watching. I'll be popping around different accounts to boost you. Thank you, back of the cereal box. Appreciate you so much. And Glenn B. Fleming, can I post this? No, you can't post that Amazon thing. What the hell are you thinking, sir? No, we're not going to put that on the screen. Who do you think you are? Talented? Yes, you are. Okay, you can post it on there. Sure, no problem. Anyway, well, Skylar says, and appreciate you doing so, Glenn. I really do. I'm all about the layers, Carl, but I do hate winter. You and me both, girl. And Sarah, glad you made it into the office safely. Back of the cereal box. Seriously. And David Atkins says, hey, Sarah, I've abandoned most social media for the moment while working on my projects. Good. Got a lot happening. Good. Finally, 4 games in development with helpers. Words still being added to my books, and you're moving forward. Good to hear from that, David. Good to see you back. And Nick Tucker says, in the wasteland of the distant world of Praxis 5, where huge walking war machines called BSRs do battle with other armored vehicles, an old man keeps a lonely vigil and carries a terrible secret left over from a war everyone would rather forget. Does that not sound awesome or not? Check that out on Amazon by Nicholas Tucker. Also check out his wife Amanda's work too. She is very, very talented. The whole family's talented. Good Lord. Like mine. And here's a tough question. Which band do you like more, Casting Crowns or Mercy Me? I like Casting Crowns a lot. I haven't heard of as much Mercy Me as I should. I like them both. But again, everyone, if you want to weigh in on that, please do. Sarah says, nice productivity. David, I was also unplugged for some time. I have a lot to catch up on Facebook when I decide to get back in, so I get it. Oh, yeah. And Ninja Ginkgo says Larry King was a narrator for a good part of our lives. That's true. That's true. Brought us some iconic glimpses into some famous people. Really, he will be missed. He really will. And Nick Tucker says also check out the books by the amazing amazing Amanda Tockert at that address there, Amanda Tockert. Actually, you can check out most of your favorite authors at www.amazon.com/author/ and then the name of the author. So anyway, but check out Amanda Tockert's work too. Coy Wolf and more. Rest in Power. I like that. Ninja Gecko. I like that a lot. Rest in power. That is beautiful. As I usually say, may all the memories be golden. And Carl Wisman, I hate winter too. Well, I'm too cold to even write today. I'm gonna go outside and see Cookie off to work safely, but then after that, I'm hiding in the house and I'm gonna bathe in the coffee for the rest of the day. David Atkins agrees with Sarah. Just got coached on a game developer who said his game took 1 year to finish with $3,500 costs for fees and advertising, but now makes constant $800 and up a month. Persistence pays off. That is for sure. And it's like, the creativity game is one I found that you only lose when you stop playing it. And yes, I know I'm behind with the comments, and I've been trying to get the show in at an hour and a half, and I recognize that's not happening. And do you like what you see, Fez and all? Us either. But we're glad for punishment around here, so head on over to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and tip your fantastic host by shoving dollar bills down his digital pantaloons. Oh, yeah. And you don't even have to warm up your hands first, is what I'm saying. I will. I've learned to love the pain. You know what I'm saying? I've got that big silver pole to hang on to while you're doing that. So anyway, thank you, Brian Robin. Also, Brian Robin's got a Patreon too. So do many of the people you see here. So please check it out. And overly pretentious neighbors, what? Is that something I said? It's been so long ago to Ninja Gecko. What I meant to tell you, Jason Snyder's wanting both info for non-con so he can make the announcement of vendors. That's right. The sooner you get in, there is finite space at non-con. So please. Carlene, if you don't get an answer from Jason, let me know and I'll try. Maybe I can rattle his cage. I love Jason. He's a great guy. And my mother got remarried at 73 years old, says David Atkins. So you're never too old for anything, including fame or popularity. I agree. I mean, I didn't write my first real publishable novel till I was in my mid-50s, and look at me now, I'm ancient. But anyway, Sydney Kep is writing on the edge. She is wonderful. Animal is such an original and fantastic concept. Folks, you got to check out this out at ckoepp.com and pick up your copy as well. Sign up for her fantastic newsletter. I will echo that. She is amazing. And I know I'm going to get to her eventually. Cindy, if you're already back at work, we love you. We do. ckoepp.com. And you need to go to ckoepp.com and follow that incredible woman. She is rocketing to the top. She's going to level up this year. I promise you, she is. And I watched a really insane police video. A guy was banging the door of a police station with a baseball bat. 2 minutes later, a cop comes running up behind the guy and tackles him. As well he should. That's a dangerous man there. And coming this spring, shut up, Christian, the nebulizer is about a chronic asthmatic and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit, says Brian Rodman, the creator, as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. It's Bubble Boy meets Mad Max. Taking a drink. Number 1 of 3 launches on Kickstarter this spring, so sign up for the newsletter at brianrodman.com and get exclusive info. Also, he's posting some of his art for Memoirs of Angel number 7 on Patreon, so please support the man, all right? And Joe Dog McKeel says, I need everyone to sit down. The awesomeness of my final 2 words of this post could be catastrophic to the reasoning center of your brain. Are you ready? Bacon pie. And then Brian died. Oh my God. And potato soup and cornbread kind of day. I hear you, brother John Scarborough. Yeah, we're gonna have homemade Irish soda bread that I made yesterday. I'm really good at it. I really am. I'm not just bragging. I make good soda bread. Fresh Irish soda bread with homemade chili that Cookie made yesterday. And oh my God, my mouth is watering. I may leave right now. And Dog Police had another song that got MTV airplay, 1-800, which has the lyrics. And if you order right now, you'll get absolutely free a stainless steel dictionary. Now, how much would you pay? Love it. Oh, there is a band. I'm trying to think of the name. Oh God, I'm blanking on their name. They had a song called High Voltage. Something 6. Why am I blanking on it? Hold on a second, Skunk. I've got to look this up for you because this is vital to the importance of the nation. So OneDrive music, and I'm gonna feel silly when I finally find them. And let's see. Electric Six. Yes, Electric Six. They do some great cover songs too. But then I've got a couple live albums from them, and they great sound. And it's funny because instead of the usual between song banter, it will be like, they'll finish the song and it's like operators are standing by. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll launch into the next song, and then they'll end it. The crowd goes nuts and go, and now how much would you pay? And all these cliches. And they have in almost every song I've heard from them, they'll be playing along, they'll do the bridge, then they'll do the bridge, they'll do the chorus, and then the singer will yell solo, and the guitar player will go in. I'm sure you've heard of them, but if you get a chance to find them, please check them out. They are a great band. Sarah says it would be trippy to live in Danville and work in Indiana with the time difference. That would throw me off constantly. Yeah, that's why I quit doing theater in Danville, Illinois, after I moved here to Indiana. Because as I told people, if you look at the clock, it takes me 15 minutes to get to Danville, but it takes me 2 hours and 15 minutes to get back home. That is wearing, especially when people are letting out at 10 o'clock. And I've got an hour drive, so it's midnight before I get back in. And Cookie had to get up at the time at 4 o'clock. So that wasn't much fun on either of us. So we had to give up theater in Danville. Nick Tucker says, CKOEPP.com. I have the new keyboard, but need to get used to the layout. Yeah, I think you'll start feeling some relief with that new ergonomic keyboard, Nick. Keep me posted, all right? And I keep 2 clocks there so I can keep track of the Hoosiers, and we do need to keep track of. Thank you, Carl Witzman. Nice, Carl. I'd have to do the same, yet I'd probably get the 2 mixed up. I do frequently. And O'Brien, talking to Ace Snuff, Australia is the band Nerf. What? Talking to Australia, it has banned Nerf guns. Wow. I need to learn more about that. I need to learn more about Rick Bradley. Good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Rick Bradley. How's it going, superstar? And Sarah, that's why he has signs on his. And I'd have to do the same, says Sarah. Cindy Capson goes, Monday. You can't trust that day. I agree with you completely. Oh, my God, but we're glad you're here, Cindy. And I'm trying to get up to the comments. And Ultraman would love this. Smash words of my stuff. And even Ultraman Jack and Ultraman Geisha would, too. And thank you, Cindy. And Brian Robin says, I got to meet Sergio at Indiana Comic-Con a couple years ago. He's a really nice guy, and my goodness, what a talented artist. He is fantastic. He really is. Back in the Zero Box, I know it's hard to believe that there are still people who don't like watching video, so our weekly episodes are also available on audio only on iTunes and Spotify. Very good. Yeah, people have asked me why I don't do Nevermind the Furthermore as a audio only, and I know some people do listen to it and don't watch, my hand waving and everything. But I just don't think it works as a podcast the same way Clever Title Pending does, which we are on. We are a podcast. We are a part of the podcast network for Geek Insider, which I understand is having a bit of reorganization because of YouTube. They did some chicanery, and I was talking to Meredith Walgren last night. So that's why if you've been looking for our videos on Geek Insider on YouTube, that's why they haven't shown up yet. It's it's the usual malarkey with YouTube, locking people out and crap. But anyway, our Clever Title Pending, you can find us on Amazon Music, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. So, and yes, Carlene, we do what we have to. And Cindy kept, and it's good for scaring off kaiju right there. That you can rely on that. That'll keep you safe. Thank you, Cindy kept, CKOEPV.com. And Arnold is a former governor, so he should be in the front of the line. Actually, I'm thinking, well, I know that the government people get it for continuity of rule and all, but frankly, I'm thinking the way a lot of them have behaved, I want to see him get it as an enema or dead last. And David Atkins says, my life had a catastrophe. My Ninja coffee machine just died. Making coffee the old-fashioned way now. Oh, you poor man. Grind, strain, pour, heat, milk, whisk, then add caramel. Slow, but still works. Hey, you can't beat. Some things are worth doing analog. And Will Schuyler made it to work unscathed and now defrosting with a coffee. God bless you, young lady. Thank you for keeping us posted. You know we worry. And Big Stompy Robot says, Cindy Cap will transform your world. Check out Mr. Nicholas Anthony Talker. Thank you, Cindy. We love you. And little Brian, the little Brian Dragon loves you too. See, he wagging his tail. He's so happy. Yes. Isn't he adorable? I love him. He's great. Anyway, Yay, Willow, says Carly Carlene. And Cindy kept doing poetry justice as Teresa done. Thank you for that. I know she appreciates it too. And David Atkins, coffee makers cut time in making coffee so much. Yes, they do. But as long as I get my coffee, I don't care how it happens. And David, should we have a funeral for your coffee machine? I say we drive a stake through its heart and burn it and cut off its head and stuff the pot with garlic. And yay, Willow, David Atkins says, my wife is playing a funeral march. Good for your wife. John Scarborough says, if you want to sneak into the Groom Lake facility, get a hold of a Coca-Cola delivery truck. They can drive anywhere on an Air Force base. That's true. That is true, John. Oh, and remember, you didn't hear that from me. Cindy Cap, Memoirs of an Angel, Kickstarter is coming soon for the next issue. I'm looking forward to that. I am going to pledge to that. And Gospel Jake says, here's a good joke. What do you call a pastor from Germany? A German Shepherd. That reminds me of a joke. A friend of mine who is a good friend of mine who's a Presbyterian minister. He said that a lot of people don't believe that ministers actually take a drink every now and then. That, there's nothing really wrong with it as long as you don't do it to excess. And he said that the old joke going through his school was, wherever you find 4 Presbyterian ministers, you're sure to find a 5th. Anyway, Will Schuyler salutes David's coffee machine as it goes on its way to the garbage or to Valhalla, depending on how much he used it. And Michaela J says, Christian Basil, I'm here to disprove all the Asian myths. My Ginzu Nice slices and dices to satisfaction. I bet it does, but do you have a long enough blade? And Eric Hawkins says, I had quite a productive weekend. 2 commissions finished and delivered, got paid for them, and got some comic work. I did a few months back, and then got some Zombieville World of Oz 3 work done as well. That's awesome. Well, I wrapped up the first draft of my story for Pulp Reality 2. And I'm doing like a palate cleanser, the next chapter of The Terrors, which you can see the up to 8 chapters right now on my Patreon page for $5 a month. City Cap says we're supposed to get enough fluffy water falling in the next 24 hours to bury most small dogs. Stay safe, Cindy. Please stay safe. And Gospel J, Christian doesn't cut julienne fries. Oh, very good point there. Oh, you may have gotten a knockoff there. Brian Rodman says, exploit me, Brian, exploit me. I get all tingly when you said that. I felt it in my beard. Well, if you watched Will Schuyler's show last night, you would see how tingly Carl's beard can be after he measures it. So check out that great interview. We had a fun time. I think we all had some laughs there. And it had a good run, says David Atkins. Good lesson, always keeping a spare coffee machine on hand for situations like that. Yeah. I admit for my birthday, I'm looking to get myself another coffee maker and kind of keep one up here. I've been threatening to do that for years. And great to hear you made it to work safe and sound, Willow. We all agree with that, Sarah. Thank you, darling. And Patreon is a great place to connect with your favorite artist sorts and get some exclusive content, including Cindy Kep. She has got a great Patreon page. Please check her out. If you love her jokes, if you love her writing, which you should, she's a great wordsmith. And if you love what she does here on the show and promoting other people, please support Cindy. Even if you don't follow her work, you see what she's doing for the community here. Please follow her on Patreon. Give just $1 a month. Helps so much. It really does. And has David Atkins been in social media jail? No, I don't think he does. I don't think he has. I think he has exiled himself. And David Atkins is preparing to having coffee grounds in the bottom of my cup. Nothing wrong with that, brother. It's crunchy. It's like breakfast. And you have under 2 hours to sign up for my newsletter before the next one comes out, says Cindy Kep. Ooh, yeah, CKOEPP.com. I would understand if right now when you see this, go and sign up for that newsletter. It is great reading. It really is. Back of the Cereal Box says, support the women of the Pin of Invasion episode of Back of the Cereal Box this past weekend. See what I did there? Oh, you sly dog, you. And David Atkins, no, I've actually been quite swamped. A whole life change is happening to me. Oh, David, puberty. Oh, I'm so proud of you. It's a little painful and your voice breaks a lot, but trust me, it'll be better in the end. I am waking up each day with a ton of work. I do not mind it. I'm also taking 3 college classes again. Well, good for you. Good for you. That's the way you level up, brother. And City Cap says, sign up for Rising Tides newsletter and the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS newsletter. Yes, definitely both. And we have the address for my newsletter scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Or you can also go to risingtide.pub and sign up there, or send me a DM on Facebook with your email address, and I will sign you up personally. You have until February 1st at 5 p.m. We'll cut off the time probably around noon or so, just to make sure. But we'll get you in there, and you'll enjoy my newsletter too, as long as you sign for Cindy's first. I would love that. And Brian Robin says, Joe, just the facts, man. Sounds like a fantastic idea. I agree. I think it's got legs, and she knows how to use them. And Rick Radley says Marvin thought he would just have a nice leisurely trip across the United States. After stopping in a little town called Eden Falls, his trip was cut short when he got the attention of an ancient forest spirit called the Judge. And like laughing, here comes the Judge. Here comes the Judge. Anyway, now as the forest itself attacks, Marvin tries to keep breathing in his very sanity. Go grab Marvin's Night Out on Amazon right now, ebook and paperback alike. And the Skunkrocker says, Brian, with the female news network, Dragness, Sergeant Friday jokes aside, it would be a great network for Willow and Michaela and Heather to do some news broadcasts on. I fully agree. Skunk, I think, seriously. And Joe Dog, I've got, and you mentioned something last night during Will's show. I don't know if I have already, but I've got to share an idea with you. I think it's one of those things, I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I think if we both do it, it might, and it could be profitable for all involved. And don't forget to tip the host. Thank you, Gospel Jake. If you want to tip the host, either sign up for my Patreon page at patreon.com, which is greatly appreciated, or you can make a one-time donation at paypal.me / Rising Tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. Thank you, Gospel Jake. Appreciate it. And hey, Brian, when will we get to hear the audiobook of Santa Sign? I'm being an impatient so-and-so. Brian, we are still in the process of editing. Cookie is trying to get a shorter work ready before then. That's the conflict one that we had on the page. We're still dealing some stuff. I think in the end, though, we're going to have to go with a human. It's like the AI does some things amazingly well, and then it just does some things. But anyway, it doesn't do everything like a human voice, we're finding. So anyway, we are going to be editing that. In fact, I'm going to make that part of my my tasks this week to get on that. David Atkins currently had my name in the credits on a film on Roku we just filmed last month, so I'm really doing a ton. Very good, David. Very good. Cindy Cap says the Historical Fencing Guild is the place to be on Friday at 7 p.m. Central for swordsmanship fun. Yes, it is. And Nick Tockert is an amazing host. You're going to learn a lot and laugh your butt off. It was great. It's great. Rick Bradley, and wait, there's going to be a Doc Saga book? I know you are crazy busy. I'm just crazy. I think I'm driven crazy by the work. Amy Hale, join us tomorrow on TED Talks. Ted Davies Artistry is brave enough to have me on. I think it's the best thing he's done in ages. Please join Amy Hale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central for another fantastic episode of TED Talks with Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube and on Facebook. Please support the man. He's part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and so is Amy Hale. And please check out that show. I will be there too. And that's awesome. David says, Sarah, Joe Dog McKeel. Okay, now if you try to correct my grammar, I will think fewer of you. I don't blame you. That ain't the thing to do. It ain't polite. And is it a horror movie? I like horror movies, says the Skunk Rocker. That's usually my life, is a horror movie. David Atkins currently do not have the time or desire to be on social media at the moment, but we'll be back on there at some point. You can't threaten us like that, David. And there's laughter going on. And XG Studios, good morning to you. I will be on XG Studios page on YouTube this coming Saturday at 10 p.m. Joe D. McPhee, great artist, great friend, is going to be interviewing me. I got a Exigency Studios. I'm writing it down so I'll remember to mention that when I mention the show. Please join us. It'll be a great interview. Looking forward to being with Joe D. McPhee. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please check out his other interviews on that great channel of his. And please subscribe and give it a like. All right? He needs more people. And Cindy Cap, the back of the cereal box on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for pop culture fun. XG Studios, are you looking forward to this Saturday? Man, you don't know how much I'm looking forward to this Saturday. I really am, Joe. It'll be a fun time to talk to you. And we're going to return the favor, man. We got to get you on Clever Tile Pending one of these weeks. I seriously do. Nick Tucker says, please, as a favor, hound Amanda Tucker to work on her Council Bluffs book. I know she has like 6 projects in the work, but I am shameless and she needs the boost. Well, you tell her I said, get off of her backside and get this thing done. She's got to catch up with us. And Brian Robin, I got to go with John Candy over Chris Farley. I love both, but I seem to relate to John Candy's characters more. I am pretty much Uncle Buck. Yeah. I think I'm the same way. I think John Candy is a little bit more rounded and can deliver a little more subtle performance than Chris Farley could. But I like Farley too. And Illusionist Jake, there is his Facebook page. Please go and give that a like. Please support that young man. He's got a rising career as an illusionist going, so please give him some love. Cindy Cap, the original Skyman, battles the Master of Steam because the bad guy needed a boot to the snoot. Available on Amazon. Thank you, Cindy. CKOEPP.com. And David Atkins says, time for me to get back to learning and creating. I hope to hear from everyone soon. Well, stay in touch, David, please. I will have a lot to talk about next month. College games, books, and films. It seems. Everyone stay safe. You too, man. You too, man. We worry about you, David. So please, you and your missus, you stay safe and know that you were missed, all right? And Rick Bradley says also my Amazon author page, which has 3 anthologies that contain his stories as well as other amazing tales from some amazing authors, awesome authors. The Nightmare Collective, Tales of the Weird and Strange, and Pulp Reality #1 at R. Bradley. Check out that bit.ly address now. Hey, Rick, I know it's a drive for you, but I'm doing a show with Jen. Jen Thompson is doing some shows in Iowa and Illinois. You might want to check out some of them. I think she still has room at the Peoria one, which I think would be about, it's a good long drive for you, but it might make a nice night out or something. But I'll be there. Mikhail will be there. Carl and Donna will be there. And anyone else we can connive into showing up. I think Lacey may be there. I'm not sure. I've got to find out who's all going to be there so I can brag about y'all. Sarah says there are 21 people watching and only 18 likes on YouTube. She's bringing the whip back out. Oh my God, take a second and hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy any part of this video, please hit that thumbs up because it does help us in the algorithms. And we get noticed more often. I notice we're starting to pop up a lot more. So please, and also while you're there, please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the page. I would personally appreciate it. I really do. Because that way we can help more Nevermorians get their messages out. And back on the Sarah Box says, Candy, shooting expert, I'd love to chat with you. My father was a Teamster Secretary of Business Affairs under Hoffa. He's got some interesting stories. I just bet he does. And no. And Sarah says, take care, David. And Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Glenn B. Fleming is co-hosting CromCon Europe on Saturday. Oh, cool. Very cool. I gotta keep track of that. And Teresa, I never left. None of us have. You gotta be more specific. And Cindy Cap says, Blore, out of break already. I'll catch up with you later. Meantime, stay warm out there. It's a bit chilly. Get a good book to read, and you can get a great book if you go to CKOEPP.com. In fact, I am so far behind, it doesn't matter. I got to give this girl some love because she is so wonderful. Cindy Cap, this one is for you. And this is for all of you that want to get some great writing in your library. Check it out.
Author Cindy Cap is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Cap at CKOEPP.com today.
Please check out CKOEPP.com for a great list of books. Check out our Amazon authors page and see the amazing work of Cindy Cap, and please support her. She is a Nevermorian for sure. And Sarah Zao, the group of us is a curiosity as to whom the psycho is. Skunk Rocker says, are you sure? I mean, Nick and Joe Dog can confirm I'm crazier than a sack of cats. You can't spit without hitting one in this group, I'm telling you, and I include myself in that. And Amy Hale says, she writes stuff. She does. Snarky, sassy, funny, romantic, thrilling adventure stuff. Check it out on Amazon. Amy Hale there. She is a fantastic author. Check out her Haven Falls Havenwood Falls work, and also some great supernatural romance books. She is a fantastic author, fantastic person. Looking forward to September already. And let's see here, more comment dump. Anyway, let's go back, going back. Oh dear God. And Skunk Rocker, yeah, we're sure. And Skunk, that would be a great idea, actually. I was actually thinking about starting up a morning show for news and updates on our network. Will, I think it's a super idea. I really do. Now, is this for the Hanging with Web show thing? I mean, that's a super idea. I really do, because like I said, and I've seen some shows where it's supposed to be female centric, but somehow guys wind up getting on there, and it's not just rude comments and stuff. I think women need a voice. I really do. I was raised by a feminist, so despite my demeanor. So anyway, moving on, please, folks, plug yourself. The mighty Manatee Man has risen solely today to elevate fun ideas, and we need to see yours. I agree, Manatee Man. Thank you for saving us all. And Skunk Rocker says, yeah, I know it's me. When we love you, Skunk, we really do. And hey, this guy is cool stuff, but never plugs it enough. Ooh, Brian K. Morris. That guy, what a hack. Anyway, he has Nazis getting beat up, and he has dead Santas and things like that. Anyway, thank you, Nick Tucker. I appreciate it. I just get so busy plugging you guys. I forget to do me. I'm all about plugging you guys and Sarah in particular. But anyway, Skunk is awesome. He really is. I love Skunk. And Brian, I contacted him twice now. Carly, maybe I'll have to have a word with him. And I think Ted and I have a new show idea, but I won't mention it here. We'll debut it later on a private humor group. Yes, if it's that one I'm thinking of, you better make it private, I'm thinking. But also check out Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page and get an invite from, or actually have one of us who are on that page invite you, but you must have a great sense of humor and you must not be offendable. If you are offendable in any way, shape, or form, we got your trigger and we're not afraid to pull it. Jobby Pike of the Storyteller on YouTube says, on comments, I don't get nearly what you do, but I'm not jealous, but I always post the comments, but I don't always read them on air. I try to whenever possible. Like with Clever Tile Penny, and I do a few here. We're trying to catch up, but there are some good comments like "Skunk, you were so funny," and nobody in the history of time has ever said that to Skunk Rocker. And Teresa Dunn is the first, and she hopes it was good for you too. Nick Tucker says, Brian Robin, the nebulizer is the concept I am looking to see. I think that's so clever too. And oh, hey, John's watching. That's neat. Yeah, seriously. And the League of Impossibles on YouTube, which you need to all sign up for. Joe Dog, please send me some bacon pie. Oh dear God, yes. Actually, send me some after Thursday. I've got a doctor's appointment on Thursday. And do you use Coke or Pepsi in your soda bread? No, I don't. It is flour, buttermilk powder, water, salt, a little bit of salt, baking soda, of course, sugar, and love. We fill it with lots of love. No Christian is not cream filled. Anyway, but no, we don't. Oh, I get it now. I'm a little behind on that. I get so caught. I just don't think about it. Yeah. No, actually, we're more like Royal Crown. Actually, we're more like Crown Royal around here. And Electric Six. Thank you, Skunk. I knew you would know it. And yeah. So you do, Jake. Anyway, the Skunk Rocker. I mean, they do a lot of good stuff. I have 3 of their albums. I've got a bunch of their stuff. Friend of mine downloaded it for me. Thank you. But anyway, but yeah, they have some great live stuff too. And if you like Electric Six, you should look up Scissor Sisters. I love Scissor Sisters. They've got a great sound. I wish they put out some more stuff. I do like Scissor Sisters. I love their videos. A lot of fun. How can you not get off your butt and dance when you hear those guys? Ted Davies Artistry on YouTube says, thank you, Brian, for all you do, bro. Thank you, brother. It's a two-way street here. Everyone have a great day. See you tomorrow at 10 a.m. at TED Talks with the one, the only, wonderful Amy Hale. And you are going to have one hail of a good time when those two get together. Seriously. And huge hugs, Ted. Have a good one. Agreed. You, Ted, you have a great day, my brother. And Nicholas, thank you, sir, says Brian Rodman. I'm really looking forward to the release of this one. It's fun, ridiculous, adventurous, and gives asthmatics a hero to have fun with. And I think that's kind of important. I really do. All kidding aside, Brian, I think it's great. And have a blessed day, my friend. Much love to you and cookies. Same to you, Jake. Hope you and your family are well today. Stay inside, stay safe, and have a great day. And back of the cereal box says, not every one of our episodes is on audio. We create exclusive content for each outlet. So keep Nevermind the Furthermore for video only. I agree. I don't think this would make a good podcast at all. I really don't, especially when I start talking like I've been drinking too much coffee. What are the odds of that? So anyway, and back of the cereal box says, and we do exclusive audio just for iTunes and Spotify and iHeartRadio. And see, that's a good thing to do. For those of you who have multiple platforms, do stuff that's unique to each one and see if people don't appreciate it. And Enema or Dead Last, the title of Brian's biography. Yeah, that's true. If they're a pain in the butt to me, I insist on returning the favor. And well, my friends, as Willow Schuyler is off to grind the grind of the espresso machines and face the hustle and bustle of the busy drive-through. Chat with you all in a few hours. Willow, have a great shift at Starbucks there, darling. If you were a little closer, I would definitely go through your drive-in, if you know what I mean. Anyway, sweetheart, thank you again for last night. Thank you for a great Willow's Pillow Talk with me and the rest of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And we got to do this again soon. And also, folks, don't forget, check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network has its own page now on Facebook. So please check us out. And it's hopefully a one-stop repository for all things Rising Tide now. And Sarah, have a good one, Will. Hopefully it's not too crazy for you. Definitely. And Trevor Hawkins wishes the same thing. And we need more quirky heroes. Nick Tucker, I couldn't agree more. As Ho's coffee machine headed its way to the trash, you can hear the sound of taps playing softly in the distance. Oh, yes. Oh, I mean Joe, not Ho. Your Freudian slip is showing. Anyway. Well, maybe it wasn't Joe's coffee machine. I need more coffee. Exit stage right. Exit stage right, says Snagglepuss. Anyway, back in the cereal box. If you like pro wrestling, and why don't you? Check out this past Saturday show, Reels and Heels. Pica was a guest and dropped some pro wrestling history jive. So check out Big Daddy Cool on Reels and Heels. A great show with Brian Wenslaw. I'm on Brian Rodman. That's why. Anyway, Christian Basil saved me. Next episode of The Legend of Traveling TARDIS on Facebook. Continue our series, The Renegades, Time Lords and Ladies Who didn't make it into New Who. This time we discuss the Ronnie. I love the Ronnie. Join us at 6 p.m. Eastern and become part of the legend. Like us on Facebook. And he wants 50,000 likes. He has 50,000 follows, but not everyone likes him, apparently. They don't know him like we know Christian. No, you won't stop asking, and you better not stop asking. Not until you get to 55,000, then you double down. Anyway, no, check out The Legend of Traveling TARDIS. Great conversation about all things Who, new and classic, and confirm both newsletters are great. Thank you, Rick Bradley. Appreciate that. And we also appreciate author Kathy Jackson. Mwah to you, Kathy. Hope you and the family had a great weekend. Good to see you. And Trevor sends his love too. And once again, you have tickled my fancy and then some, my friend. And I washed my hands before I started too. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you, Brian. You do a lot too, brother. And thank you for an amazing episode. It truly brings joy to us all and makes our weeks that much better. Well, I'm glad to help, man. And you don't know what you do to my own week too. This world needs you, Brian. I mean it. Remember, folks, don't wait for this week to be yours. Make it so. Hashtag feed cookie. Hashtag bring cookie home. And hashtag laugh like a supervillain. All of us now, right now. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, didn't that feel good? I think I had that moment that poets dedicate their lives to describing. Thank you, seriously, Brian Rodman. Thank you, man, for all you do. You are a guiding light, too. And reading Skyman right now, and it's pretty awesome so far. Well, thank you, Carly. I appreciate that. Of all my books, if I had to absolutely pick one book, I think that's probably my number one, barely edging out Sandestein. But I'm very proud of Skyman, and there could be some news this year about some more. Anyway, back in the cereal box, seeking some exciting and interesting guests to join us and pimp your projects to our audience. Oh, well, John, that lets me out. I'm not interesting and I'm not exciting. So anyway, hope the rest of you can be on back of the cereal box. John runs a good show there. I do catch it. It is good. And liked and shared at the beginning. Oh, Dark Mistresses, the Dark Misses herself. And Nicholas Anthony Tucker says, Kivrin author. I have to plug Kivrin's page. Her stuff is impressive and growing in popularity of folks that love male romance. Well, that's very cool. That is very cool. I do approve of that. Nick, thank you for sharing it, brother. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. And we are in trouble. What else is new, Skunk? I think I accidentally did a naughty thing. I'm not sure if you did. I want pictures. And once I finish my website, we'll include the link so everyone can see. Excellent, Philip Thompson. Excellent, man. You're doing a good job there. I'm proud of you. And Brian, you need to have a special advertisers night panel on clever tile penning. I've been thinking about doing something for people that have videos on here. I really am. And I'm glad. I love seeing posts like that, Nick, because it confirms that, I've got a lot of ideas. I don't always have the focus to get them done, but I may do something like that. I got some ideas, Nick. Thank you very much for that inspiration. Oh, wait, I'm confused now. And I'm Brian. How you doing, confused? Oh, well, never mind. I guess if I did something bad, Brian will tell me in private or something. Don't expect any message. You did nothing wrong. And Nick Tucker, speaking of plugging, this is the best guide to the fine art of commenting. Oh, would that happen to be? And I don't have my graphic nearby. Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible by Brian K. Morris from Rising Tide Publications. Hey, you want to know how you can reward your favorite authors and not spend another penny? You can share their message, you can share their posts, but also, the best way is to write a quick, honest review. It doesn't have to be a 5-star one. Any review will help. And you can find out how to write a concise, honest review with that book, Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible, available now in ebook form. The paperback will be available later this year on Amazon.com. Please check it out. Also on Smashwords. Just look up Brian K. Morris. It's part of the library. And also, we provide a handy template to make writing honest reviews easy for you. That's Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible by Brian K. Morris. Pick up your copy today. Thank you, Nick Tucker. And Skunk Rocker says, we have replaced the... Wait, what was it? Get back here. We have replaced the Mountain Dew in Joe Dog's glass with Sprite and yellow food dye. Let's see if he notices. It's like one time back in the 80s, I saw Dennis Leary, I think it was late 80s, and Dennis Leary was introducing I think it was the Steel Wheels tour, and Dennis Leary was on Fox introducing a brief segment was they were doing a quick sound check for the press, and they were getting a lot of flack because they had all turned 50, and all the rock pundits were saying, well, they're too old now to rock and roll. They should retire. They should just die. And Dennis Leary introduced it, and he goes, and now we've replaced Keith Richards' Bloodstream with Folgers coffee or Folgers crystals. Let's see if anyone notices. And then, of course, they deliver a blistering song, and at the end of it, Mick takes them as they're walking off. Mick goes back, grabs the mic, and goes, "Not bad for a bunch of old farts, huh?" And walks off the stage. And that's when the bromance with Mick Jagger continued. And why am I the only person commenting now? What happened? I'm beginning to panic. I think I got net split or something because nobody else is commenting as far as I can tell. This is weird. And you're being productive, man. In that case, I'll just, don't I feed Cookie? Yes, sir, I will. I'm working on it. And shoot, since I'm doing commissions, says Nick Tucker, please bookmark my art so you don't miss anything. Go to deviantart.com/Nick T because he's awesome. Joe Dog McKeel says, well, Skunk, it may be because it is now Don't Die Feed Cookie. That's right. And Skunk Rocker says, anybody, somebody else is here. I thought the rapture happened or something. Yeah, you notice I'm still here, Skunk. So, Rick Bradley, take care, everyone. Stay creative. You too, brother. You have a great Monday. Take care of yourself. And Carl Wisman says, rapture? I'm kidding me. Free Cadillac? You get a rapture and you get a rapture. Everybody gets a rapture. And Don't Die Feed Cookie. Yes, sir. I promise. And Nick Tucker says, dang it, Brian, stop beating yourself up. Okay. Even in jest, imposter syndrome sneaks in through humor, and you are a tour de force of glory and uplifting creativity. I would defend you against anyone who spoke ill of you, including you. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. I do. I do suffer from that, and I'm sorry when I do lapse into that. So anyway, let's go back to the Skunk Rocker here. I appreciate that, Nick. I sincerely do, brother. And we all have to protect each other is what the message is, I guess. And someone else is here. Okay, I thought the rapture happened. Okay, and then going down. Oh, Skunk Rocker says, I think Christopher Titus said it best. 33% of people in Armageddon will be freaking out. The rest of us will say, hey, no one is watching the Lexus dealership. That's true. You think things are bad now. Boy, howdy. You wait till some of us are not here to defend the planet. And washing your hands before tickling is good, but don't forget to do it afterwards too. You mean isn't enough? I mean, what the hell? And we have somebody here. Hey, did you know that we deal with spammers very badly here? First of all, we delete their comments because it has nothing to do with the show, and we don't, and we're tired of scams about making up to $3,000 in just 7 days of trading. And we're not going to ask you how, and we're not going to even put your name up here, but we are going to block you from ever being on the show. So anyway, go away. And anyway, Nick Tockard, thank you again. And Trevor Hawkins, good show. Thank you, brother. Thank you for making it that way. And we'll talk to you later, you talented fellow you. And speaking of talented fellows, Bobby Nash, good morning to you. BobbyNash.com, AbrahamSnow.com. Bobby Nash has got a great series of books featuring his amazing adventure character, Abraham Snow, coming up. And I am privileged to be a part of that. Thank you, Bobby. And Bobby's going, you got to write something first, a-hole. And like, that's on the agenda. That's on the agenda. You're next, brother. You're next. Research and then writing. Anyway, BobbyNash.com. Check out this man's amazing catalog, and also support him on Patreon. He's got a really active Patreon page. And he's just a really great guy. And we're going to have him back on Clever Title Pending real dang soon. All right, Bobby, I hope you and your dad have a great, great week. Nick Tucker says, take care. After all, no one else can translate my typos. Oh, we think alike, brother Nick. We think alike, man. And are you still online to get back to work this week at the library? I think that's exciting. Because, if you're not that far away, you may get a visitor one of these times, Anyway, with a mask, respectfully distancing. But anyway, hope all is well with the Tockard household, man. I always like checking up on you guys. So with that, and let's see, and spam. That sounds great. Wish we had some. Yeah, it does sound delicious. Now we're about to have chili, homemade chili, and homemade soda, Irish soda bread for lunch. And so I trust you will all forgive me if I do haste out of here. And sorry if I'm over plugging. With great girth of ideas come great penetration of the marketplace. Well, as long as the marketplace is consenting, and even sometimes if it isn't, it likes it a little rough sometimes. But anyway, Nick Tucker, you plug away, Manty Man. You are the man, and he is a hashtag Manty Man, the master of marketing. And Nick, you can't plug enough. And Michaela Jade will tell you she loves a good plugging. So anyway, folks, enough of that. Enough of that false roll. You've got a Monday to get to. You've got a world to conquer, and there's a world waiting for you to bless it with your creativity. And thank you all for the kind words this morning. I do appreciate it. And Joe Dog McKeel, have a great show, everyone. Starting to prep for the flight of the Texas rocket. Things are gearing up. Stay tuned for notifications on Armchair Rocket Science, a part of the Rising Tide broadcast network. Please check. That's a great show. Oh my God. You guys do a great job on that thing. And Carlene says, Carl Witzman, you do the scavenging. You can get some any Sunday, and they were out of spam. Dang. Well, anyway, and one of these times after you're scavenging, Cookie and I have talked. We gotta get together, and show you the delight and return to the delights of 9 Irish. Anyway, Carlene, you all take care. Joe Dog McKeel, check out Armchair Rocket Scientist. Great show. If you love space travel, if you love science, you're going to dig that show. Also, check out tomorrow, a real fun agenda tomorrow. And yes, Cookie, I know. Yes. But...
Hey, my watch is missing, but it still means you have to come.
And then Christian died. You going to help with that, or I have to do it myself again?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm going to make chili, and it's only going to be for me.
Says, I mean all the bread then, woman. I'm not sure which one of us wins. Yes?
I'm between you and the bread.
Oh, crap. Anyway, we're signing off soon, folks. I've been threatened. Anyway, please check out Armchair Rocket Science and let's see. Quit reading these comments, Brian. Okay, no more comments, Carl. I promise. And well, says Carly Carlene. And yes, well, says Carl. And Trevor Hawkins mocks us with his laughter. And Brian's in trouble, says Rick Bradley. Brian's always in trouble around here. That's what keeps the marriage fresh, or so I'm told. Anyway, Cookie came along and burst his bubble. Yeah. That's true. And go eat. Yes, I will. Yes, Trevor. I've got the obsession of reading your damn comments. So shut up, everyone. I got to go eat. I got to feed Cookie. I hear her rattling bowls right now, and mine's probably not among them. But anyway, folks, thank you for being on the show here. Don't forget tomorrow, we've got it starting at 10 o'clock on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, TED Talks, where Ted Davies Artistry, check him out on YouTube, is going to be interviewing the one, the only Amy Hale. Check her out at authoramyhale.com, author Amy Hale on Amazon, or on Amy Hale, author Amy Hale on Amazon, also author Amy Hale on Facebook and all social media, and sign up for Hale's Angels page. She is awesome everywhere. So please sign up for that. And anyway, that's at 10 o'clock tomorrow, TED Talk at 10. Then at 12:05 is Joe Dog McKeel with Lunchtime at the Doghouse. Great conversation show like this, except he's better organized. And then at 6 p.m. tomorrow, 6 p.m. tomorrow, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS with our brother from another planet, Christian Basil, and it's going to be about Gallifreyans that we don't know what happened to them after the Time War, and so they're going to focus on the Ronnie tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then at 8 p.m., I will be hogging the airwaves on Clever Title Pending. We're going to be talking to Lacey Lemke about being a brand new self-publisher and her great horror and fantasy work and all the other things she's doing right now. She's got a lot of stuff going, so please check it out. And then we will return on Wednesday at 10 a.m. for another Nevermind the Furthermore. And thank you to the letters. Thank you, Nick Tucker. Amy Hill, have a great day, everyone. Mwah, you too. And cue up the yakety sax, or else you'll think it's Benny Hill us going. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Please consider subscribing on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. We promise there's stuff there to make it worth your while. So check it out and see if we can entice you there. And we got all kinds of cool things going on there. Also, thank you to Geek Insider for powering the show. And also check out Wild One Forever. Great weekday start to your day with Meredith Logren. You will love that show. Joe Dog, that might be somebody you talk to about your network. Seriously, she is awesome. And also thank you to PlasmaFireGraphics.com for your sponsorship of this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it sure as hell matters to your reader. So get the very best. Check out Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. You will be glad you did. And if you're watching this on video on Facebook, whether you're live or in the reruns, we appreciate your being here. We really do. You could be spending your time anywhere else, but you chose to spend it with us, and we promise never to waste your time. So please, if you enjoyed any part of this video, give it a like, and also like the page you're watching it on. Because that helps us in the algorithms. Plus, on the Rising Tide Publications page on Facebook, we have new content constantly. Also, please go to risingtide.pub and sign up for our free monthly newsletter there. Check out what we got there. We're going to revamp that page this year, make it a little more fun. But anyway, we promise we will never give away, sell, or rent or barter away your contact information. It stays with us, no spam. But anyway, if you sign up before the 1st of next month, you'll get our brand new newsletter with a special video only for our subscribers. So please check it out. We tell what's going on. We've got some actual news to give you, and it's gonna be fun. It's always a good time on that page. And plus, we have secret links that will amuse you, and inspirational quotes and other folderol that you'll appreciate. And it's absolutely free. You'll appreciate that too. Also, please, if you're watching us on YouTube on the Rising Tide Publications Network, please thumbs up on it. Smash that thumbs up button, and please subscribe. and then hit that bell so that you get notified of all of our future videos. We're going to upload something hopefully later this week. It's something we ran last year at some conventions, and it's how to improve your broadcasting. And also I call out a broadcaster who isn't following my advice. So you'll definitely want to check that out. It's a good 20 minutes well spent for you. So anyway, please check that out. And also don't forget, this coming Saturday, mark your calendars at 10 p.m. I will be on the Iggs and G Studios YouTube page, and Jody McPhee and I are going to talk comics and creativity, and it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to that. So anyway, everyone, have a great day. And here we go. Okay, hold on here. Skunk Rocker's complaining about something. Hey, can somebody respond to this in chat? Brian didn't read my last couple of comments, and I'm wondering if he's seeing them. He's seeing them, Skunk, but Cookie is threatening his life if he doesn't feed her now. Okay, says Skunk, but he read yours. That's like, I don't understand. Like, I get at the end of the show, but still, like, I was concerned because I was the only person who wasn't getting any comments read. I read all the stuff that showed up on my page here, brother. So you were not ignored. I was just talking fast. It may have been faster than you were listening. And I did just stop trying to make sure I'm not having any internet problems. And you know what? I'm just going to shut up. Nobody cares. This is stupid. And of course, my phone is making me sound like a complete lunatic. Great. I'm just whatever. This sucks. And those wacky phones, says Carl Witzman. So I read your stuff, Skunk. You just weren't listening to me. Okay. Anyway, and now I am listening to Cookie because I'm hearing chili bubbling downstairs, and so that is for me. So anyway, folks, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you very, very much. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. Stay warm, everyone. There's some bad weather coming through the Midwest, and we want you all to be safe because we want you back to check out other things on the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network, and especially Clever Tile Pending tomorrow night. And of course, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. we'll be back with another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. So everyone, thank you for being here, and we hope you have a fantastic Monday. Make it someone else's Monday really special. Take the moment and share someone's message with someone on your page, okay? It feels good. It really does feel good, and especially if they've got something they're promoting, it really helps them out. I'm not just saying me. I'm saying anyone on here, okay? So take care of my Nevermorians, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all. And as always, I am sincerely telling you, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. That's just what you are. And you're going to make this day awesome for someone else. Have a fantastic day, and thank you for being here on Nevermind the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Wenzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
So let's go.
Ooh. Oh. My nippies got hurt.